Hey, it's Magnus here. Sometimes I make some very smart decisions. Hey, it's Magnus here. Sometimes I make some very stupid decisions. And I think one of those decisions was yesterday, or in yesterday's video. I felt kind of bad about not having much of a video for you, and so I said, hey, ask me anything you want, and I will answer every question. Yes, every question received in the first 24 hours. As of right now, it has been 12 hours since I published that video, so still got 12 hours to go. There are exactly 400 comments right now, and most of them are questions. So, not this video, but maybe the next video or the video after, or very soon, the next couple of days, I have, at minimum, 500 questions to answer. And you know, I like to think I'm a man of my word. I will answer every single one of them. So it's going to be interesting. Truthfully, I don't really regret it. Like, it's not a bad decision or a stupid decision. I'm quite happy. I like answering questions. I just didn't think that 27,000 subscribers would get you, what, 400 or 500 questions? Well, certainly 400 questions in the first 12 hours. So in yesterday's video, if you got your question in within the first 24 hours, it's going to be answered. Full stop. That's all there is. You might just have to wait a while for that video. I don't think I'll do any milling, but there is one thing I want to talk about. It's over here. If you're into skateboarding, which I'm not, by the way, but if you're into skateboarding, you will know exactly what these are. Yes, these are bearings for skateboards. Now, almost certainly, you have seen the spinners that use those. I think you buy them with those bearings in there. So you have one in the center that you spin on and 3 on the outside as weights, and they're typically in sort of a plastic housing, quite often 3D printed plastic. Sometimes they have buttons, sometimes they don't, but I can't see me ever using a plastic spinner. It's kind of titanium or some other exotic material or nothing. So what I thought I would do is make my own titanium version of that. So I will use these bearings as weights on the outside, just for a bit of fun, that's all. I don't have time to do it today. I should have time to do it tomorrow, I'm not sure. You know what, I feel like I'm talking for the sake of talking now. Let's just start a little bit on this design, get the sort of rough shape and dimensions right. Let's pick some titanium. If you've been watching my videos for the last month or two, you'll recognise this bit of titanium most likely. Look at all those random spinner designs that have been cut out. You've probably heard the phrase, it's the little things in life that make the big difference, or something along those lines. If you look here, you see these two pipes here? Well, those two pipes are for spraying either sort of air and a sort of oily mist coolant, sort of to lubricate the cutting of titanium or whatever you're cutting or milling, or for the cutting fluid, which is that stuff, if you've seen, it kind of looks like milk being poured onto the workpiece. Now, these little silver things are possibly the worst designed things known to man, out of anything in human history. You can probably sense my frustration with them there. You know, you go to point them in like that. Just, so what I got, that came with the machine, I never bought those. I don't know why they fit them. They are just mind-bogglingly poorly designed. They're just not good for that. However, I've just ordered a ton of this stuff. Now this is branded Lockline. I think it's like the standard. I think like it's what most people use. I think you get cheaper versions, but this is like the branded one. So this is what I'm going to replace all that with. Not only that, but I'm going to try and like cool things from the side and front and back and that kind of thing. And you know, like you say where you want it to go, and it stays there. It's not going anywhere. Look at that. I know it's a small thing, but you know what? It's a big thing. I don't show it to you, but there is just endless frustration, and finally just decide like enough is enough. that is pretty much the design. See, I told you you'd be familiar with that design. That's like the most common spinner design, I think. Just because, you know, it can be made out of plastic pretty cheaply and all the weights and bearings come from simple, cheap skateboard bearings. Now, of course, I have to design that on the 2D CAD software so that the water jet cutter can cut it. I just drew that for fun, so you knew exactly what I'm gonna do. I think I will call it a day at that. I will, of course, leave you with a quote. It is by Charles Darwin, and he said, "A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life."